This is quite an intimate moment for me to have been allowed to take a moment and sit at Freud's house in London, share with you my controversial thoughts about Freud and Jung. And I want to state out that there is a curse in the concept of dichotomy, like who is better, or if you are either Freudian analyst or a Jungian analyst, or why this need to, why not accept diversity and see how the two compensate each other. Of course, with all the respect for Freud, on the way up here, Ramon said to me, what is the significance of Freud? What did he contribute to mankind's culture? And I said, it's all about meaning. Get to understand the meaning of modern life and the meaning of the individual and the significance of childhood for the well-being of a human being. And but you know that eventually one arrives to where one needs to be professionally and also in private life as a matter of coincidence. And myself, I was very young when I came across coincidentally with the Jungian analysts in Israel. I was younger than 30, I'm now 68. And I want to share with you my first experience when I was sent to read the chirology of my lines of my hand. At that time, it was a preliminary condition to be accepted to Jungian analysis that the lines of the hand will be read as a prediction whether you are connected or not connected to your unconscious. And there I am walking as a young psychologist up the stairs of an old building where the wife of Erich Neumann was a chirologist, and I ordered a meeting with her, and she asked me to put my hands like this. She saw that my left thumb is on top. She read my hand and she said, "Oh, psychologist, you cannot be a psychologist. You're so creative. You have to do something with music and art." And I ended up being a clinical psychologist, educational psychologist, and certified expressive art therapist. And this is a long quest that fulfilled all my mature and adult life. And the issue of synchronicity and coincidence is deeply embedded in Jung's approach towards the psyche. Being certified psychologist, what am I to do with coaching, for example? And how would Freud give me a blessing for drifting from one side of the river to the other and not doing it artificially? And this is the story. I was a lecturer in the managerial University of Tel Aviv, and I'm a good lecturer. And one day I came to the dean and I said, "Listen, I have an idea. I want to teach a practicum seminar about archetypes and symbolism in organizations." And she said, "Go for it." And immediately I had to invent tools for coaching that are based on the Jungian psychology. And this is how my method, Jungian Coaching Method, has developed. And now with the online international school and with 4 domestic schools in 4 capitals, and with the book, An Introduction to Jungian Coaching, that is published now, coming on shelves on November 7th by Routledge, I feel that I created something that is quite innovative, because thinking about Jung on a practical point of view is quite a provocative and innovative challenge. Still, I ask myself, from all the places, why did I carry Ramon to Freud's house? And this makes me a bit crying. It has to do with the Father Archetype. I'm a very creative person, and I was attached very much to my mom, and my father's existence was very passive in my life. And I had to go through hell of hero quests to regain my power as a father, not only a biological father for 3 children, my eldest is 43 now, but also father for many, many disciples and students. And this is in the essence of my professional activity. I create learning communities, and there are those 5 schools in Europe that we gather before Corona every year, and now the Jungian Coaching community. And I think that coming back to Freud's house is an homage to the importance of accepting the notion to respect the father idea, which gives you, as we know from the animus and the masculine principle, the discipline, structure, order, speed, the power of the word, the power of consciousness and understanding, being compensated by the compensatory function of the unconscious, of course, where the imagination and irrationality and symbolism and metaphors and fantasy dwell. So I'm a person that really deeply believes in what I call better the 2 than the 1. And with all the respect to Freud, I came over here to this Mecca to share with you my professional and ethical and wisdom that is bridging between the psychoanalysis and the analytic psychology. And this is a big pleasure to sit here and speak with you about roots. Coming up to my mind now, the collective unconscious. What do we have in common? Not the diversity, not the dichotomy, not the rigidity, but the opposite. Embrace, show curiosity, and improvise and experience, which for me are the oxygen of very fulfilling life. Thank you.